Hey students, so this video is supposed to show you how to basically do a search for articles for your intro draft assignment. So the first thing would be to use Google Scholar, as I mentioned. I'm going to just use somebody's random response here as an example. So this person's interested in problem solving and in intelligence, or that chapter specifically. If you look through the chapter, they'll cover a lot of different topics, but you can also do it generally by just typing in problem solving in scholar.google.com, and as you can see, there's a bunch of results, about 3.5 million results. So typing in such a general term is going to be very difficult. So you can do problem solving in math, in science, in psychology, and you'll get less results, about, cut off 1 million results. This is one I'm actually kind of familiar with, but it's old, so you gotta watch out for that. So you'll probably want to do something that's more recent, from 2000 and beyond. So here you can see there are short-term memory, working memory, and inhibitory control in children with difficulties in arithmetic problem solving. So from my understanding, this seems like it's going to be something regarding cognition, because we cover a lot of that, and with math. So if you like math and you like trying to see the difficulties that children have in learning math, this would be a good link for you. So let's just use that. And if you're logged on to the school's website, you'll be able to access the articles easily. If not, you have to kind of go a little bit more complicated and go to libraries.ou.edu. So I suggest doing this search on the school's web network. If you're not on the school's web network, you're going to have to go to libraries.ou.edu, log in, and as I just did and didn't mention, is copy the title and do a search for it using libraries.ou.edu. So if you were doing this at home, and your home is not connected to the OU network, you'll be able to get the access this way. But if you're able to log in, it's going to just shortcut you to it, and you're able to download the PDF. So once you have an article that you think might be interesting based on the title, so it's kind of the same thing that you've done by scanning the book, you want to read the abstract, right? It's kind of hard to understand. Basically, relationships, children compared with a group of good problem solvers. So it's going to be some kids that aren't so good at math and some kids that are. You have to know what inhibitory processes is. Basically, it's if you can stop yourself from doing a response that's more stronger. So a good example of that is if you drop the hot pan, your normal response is to catch it, but if you catch it, you would burn your hand. So you have to inhibit that response and let it drop to the ground. So, but you'll learn more about that in cognition or psychology. You might already have that. Basically, you want to read through this abstract and see if it kind of talks about what you want to study. And if it kind of sounds good to you, you want to go ahead and get the PDF. I wonder if I can just access it straight. Let's see. So if I click on getting the PDF, you have to do this for 3 articles. Just preview 3 articles. You don't have to read them all. One thing to look out for is to read the intro. So all this part's going to talk about the background, tell you a little bit more about what this research is about. So read the intro. You can stop at the methods section. So just read all that, and possibly if you want ideas on how to continue this research, you want to get all the way to the bottom and where it talks about discussion. So read the intro and discussion to know a lot more about this research. So do that for articles that sound interesting and kind of summarize your what you've learned about it for 3 different articles, and that will be your intro draft. So again, there's more details on the posting, but this is just to show you how to get started if you're lost. So kind of long intro and discussion for each article. Summarize it and just do a little inference on what you think this article could do for you in writing your final project. The idea of this assignment is that we want to gather people who have similar research interests so that you're doing a research project that you all enjoy rather than randomly putting you together and you kind of have to decide where to go. So this is a good starting point, and it gets you starting to think about your final project. And this is due on the calendar. I think it's like next week or something. Right, and that's all. How do I stop this?